the training tool. Today I want to talk to you about overtraining. Overtraining is something that I encounter all the time in my business, and it's very important for you to understand this concept, to understand why you don't want to do it, how to fix it if you are doing it, and what you need to do to actually be able to reach the goals that you're trying to reach through overtraining, but that's actually holding you back. So I see this all the time in two types of people. Number one, I see it in people who are trying to lose weight. And number two, I see it in my type A personality people. You know who you are. You are my people who will exercise for hours on end because you've got to get in yoga and your cardio and your weight training and your meditation because it's all good for you and you're going to do every single one of those every single day of your life. And that actually is not good for you. It's hindering your progress. You can't do it all in one day, and I don't want you to do it all in one day. So let's talk about the problems that come with overtraining. First off, your body needs rest. I usually tell people to schedule in at least one day of rest from their physical activity. Sometimes you might need a little bit more depending on what type of exercises that you are doing and what your goal actually is. But if you're not getting at least one day of rest a week, you're most likely overtraining. Also, when we rest, our body builds during that rest and recovery time. That's why rest is so important. You don't actually build those muscles when you're in the gym pumping the weights. It really has more to do with your nutrition. Are you eating enough to build that muscle? And then your rest. Are you giving those muscles the time to rest, to repair, to recover, and then grow? So although the exercise is important, it's not the only factor in building muscle if let's say that's your goal. So here's some questions you can ask yourself to see if you're overtraining. Are you training 7 days a week? Are you doing something active 7 days a week? Are you doing a lot of high intensity exercise? If you're doing that, you're definitely, I'm almost positive that you're overtraining. In fact, if high intensity exercise is the only exercise you do, I'm willing to bet that you're overtraining. Are you getting injured often? This is something that I dealt with one of my clients who was having all of these injuries, and we're looking at what she's doing, and I'm like, what is happening here? And what it was is she was overtraining. She was just doing far too much, and it was breaking down her body. So if you're finding that you're getting injured often, that's another sign. Also, are you getting sick often? Are you coming down with colds and the flu and catching everything that you come across? That happens because overtraining negatively affects your immune system. It's going to impact how your body can fight off those little things that we come into contact with every day. So these are big time signs that you're overtraining. If you're training 7 days a week, if you are getting sick often, if you're getting injured often. Also, are you fatigued a lot? Not just your muscles, but do you have general malaise all the time? Are you having a hard time getting up in the morning or functioning and doing your normal stuff during the day? Are you falling asleep in the afternoon at work or after you pick up the children? Look at that too, because if you're finding that you're constantly fatigued, that can be a sign that you're overtraining as well. And some of this goes back to what overtraining does to our hormones. Our hormones can be negatively affected from overtraining. So if you're doing too much, it can actually throw off the balance of your hormones, which in turn is going to change some things that are happening with you, such as that fatigue that you may be feeling. So really pay attention to the signs that your body is giving you, the way that you're feeling in your body. Being active is important. It is great for us to be physically active. It is not great for us to go out and work out 3 and 4 hours a day. That is unnecessary, and you are doing too much. It is also unnecessary to do HIIT training every day where you are going everything you got, putting it all out there, push, 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 go, 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 run, run, run. That is just too much, guys, and you don't want that to happen. One other sign you can look for is Is your performance and your output during your exercises or during your workouts, is it decreasing? Are you having a hard time lifting the same amount of weight that you were doing before, or increasing from that? Are you finding that you just can't make it to the end of that spin class like you used to be able to? Maybe you get in there and it's that fatigue starts to strike. You just can't move. You're feeling heavy. You're just not feeling good when you're going into your workouts. One thing that should happen when you work out is once you get through that warm-up period around the first 5 to 10 minutes, you should start to feel your body getting into the groove, your blood's pumping, you're breathing a little bit heavier, and although it might be a little difficult, you should start to feel that rise in your energy level, that it's going up and you're able to get into this at that moment once you've made it through an appropriate warm-up. So what I want you to know is this: you need to train smarter, not harder. Number one, if you are one of those people that's trying to lose weight and you're lifting weights and you're running and you're working out hours on end, stop. The first thing that you need to look at is your nutrition. If your nutrition is not in order, then that fat loss is not going to come the way that you want it to. And doing more exercise is not going to help you with that. Remember that our body adapts to a certain extent. So if you're working out for hours on hours, your body is just going to adapt to that. The other thing that you need to look at, if your nutrition is in order, is that you might need to think about some programming. What are your goals? And then you need to have a program created for your fitness that leads you to those goals. So that's another thing. You need to get specific. You need to have a specific nutrition plan. You need to have a specific fitness plan. And of course, if you need direction with that, this is something that I do every day. I'm available in person. I'm available online as well. So if you don't live in Ocala, hey, we can do this all over email. But the one thing that I do want you to remember is that if you're overtraining, you need to stop. You need to go back and revisit your nutrition, your goals of why you're doing what you're doing, and then create a safe and effective plan that will get you there. The overtraining is going to thwart any type of progress that you might make. It's going to make it harder. It's going to make your body react negatively, and that's not what fitness is about. Fitness is supposed to make you stronger, healthier, and feel better. And if that's not what it's doing for you, you might need to reevaluate what your workout plan is right now. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, thetrainingtool@hotmail.com. Bye.